Do people overestimate eggs?
A dozen eggs for one meal? Tell us you're rich without telling us you're rich.
A bowl of cereal or two and a dozen eggs for a single meal seems insane. I'd be stuffed. I weigh more than you despite being significantly shorter, and I would consider that an obscene amount of food. But your diet is between you and your doctor. IDGAF how many eggs you eat.
Are you 155 pounds and not 155 kilograms? Or much more? You must work out a ton or have an extremely active lifestyle. I and most others I believe will have a 3-egg omelette, maybe 4 if I'm very hungry and just wanting to finish off a carton. But, whatever you're doing must be working. Might want to invest in a few chickens though.
If you eat too many eggs you will grow a shell. Check all of your extremities, it usually starts there. I just got cracked last week and it was excruciatingly painful, and now I'm on pills for the rest of my life.
Are you the cause of the egg price inflation?
I only came here to call you Gaston. But you did it for me, so I have nothing left to say. Well, I will say Gaston was pretty jacked. Egg diet validated. How old are you? Are you an athlete? Being that tall and only 155 pounds while consuming so much food is potentially a bit concerning.
I ate 34 eggs per meal and my cholesterol went up so high my doctor joked if I was getting into bulking. I'm over 200 pounds. You're eating a lot for your weight. Unless you're burning like 510,000 calories a day, you only need maybe 0.25-50 of what you describe eating right now. That or your pancreas is not excreting all the enzymes needed for digestion or something. Most people eat 2 or 3 eggs, because they are very rich and fatty. If this is how you regularly eat, congratulations for the absurd metabolism, but your cholesterol and saturated fat consumption eating snacks of 68 eggs is off the chain.
Dude, no way you eat a dozen eggs for breakfast. How are you about to crack 8 eggs and then be like, you know what? I need 4 more.
My man eating eggs like they don't cost $8 a dozen. Trust fund kids.
I think the concern is more with cholesterol and saturated fats. I'm no expert, but maybe try cutting back some? Adding vegetables like spinach, broccoli, tomatoes, peppers, and mushrooms to the eggs is a great way to make them filling and also add flavor and other vitamins. I'm veg, but I bet you could finally chop some lean chicken and add that too to be extra filling and more protein.
Musical notes. Gosh, but it hurts me to say this to you. But your habits are somewhat awry. No one on earth eats their eggs like you do. You're gobbling up all our supply. I gather you're somewhat aware of this fact. You seem like a nice enough dude. But your egg eating ways are so far off the charts.
By an order of magnitude, musical notes.
Each egg is about 80 calories. The math will tell you what you can or can't do. Eating a dozen won't hurt you if your overall caloric intake isn't high. They're a lot better for you than cereal.
THs sound so mad up if I'm being honest. That's insane, to be 6'2", 155 pounds, very underweight, and to be eating like this. Even if you were very young, around 12 years old.
I'm 5 feet 10 and 200 pounds, and 6 eggs for me is an awful lot. 35 is the norm. You sound like you have a tapeworm. That is an absurd amount of food. My past personal experience was like yours. I used to eat a lot of eggs. Solid nutrition, if you don't have any underlying health issues. And easy to make. However, one day, my body decided to build up a sensitivity to eggs after eating a ton of them for several years. When I visited a dietitian, I was told that eating too much of the same food can very likely lead to a sensitivity. Think of it as lightly scratching the same spot. For a while it's fine, but over time, you'll eventually bleed. Once the sensitivity to eggs started to get worse, I noticed a huge change in gas and bowels, and an overall feeling of illness when eating eggs. It took about 3 years of no eggs, especially anything raw, before I could start introducing them back into my diet. I could eat some things that were made with eggs, like cake, but I by no means could eat a hard-boiled egg, deviled egg, etc. Anything uncooked made things worse, so no hollandaise for example. Even now that I can eat eggs, I still cannot have any components of eggs raw. So sadly, no more sunny side up eggs in my life. I know everyone is different, but this was my experience. And the doctor sounded like this could likely happen to anyone who ate too much of the same thing. Otherwise, if it were me and I could go back in time, I wouldn't load up on eggs as much and I'd mix in other foods into the equation. Especially since I love eggs.
Good luck.
There's a saying, the line between medicine and poison is very thin. To relate to this, eggs are very good for you. It's an excellent source of protein and good cholesterol and helps manage insulin sensitivity so your blood sugar doesn't spike. However, eating too many eggs can also be bad. It can cause your metabolism to slow down and spike your cholesterol and blood pressure. A lot of people say the recommended intake is no more than 2 eggs a day. Some say you can have up to 4. But my advice is consult your doctor if nobody in this comment thread can provide credentials that they're a licensed physician or nutritionist. You need some variety. Why don't you mix in some spinach with your eggs?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.